Good morning, everybody. This is Sharon with Art Shorts, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with watercolors today. I am going to be doing two different kinds of watercolors, and um, I'm using regular watercolor paper. It's I've got this whole book of them at Walmart, and they're sturdy, so you can wet them down and put a lot of color on them, and they hold up. Now I have done two, and these are the two I'm going to do today, and then I'm going to take and go over these because these ones are dry, and I can go over them with my white pen markers and my colored pencils and create more of a texture on them than I already have. So we're going to start with the one that has the lines of color. I'm using Prang watercolor, which I like. It's got a lot more density in it, and it works quite well. So the first thing I like to do is wet down my paper, and I'm not wetting it down real all the way down that much. Also, I like to have paper towels with me so that I can take some of the color off of my brushes as I go. Now, the first one is going to be the blue. Now, if you want to have them done differently, that's fine. And you can use you can make a little texture in them, some twirls. Some parts of it can be darker than others. The next one I have is the orange. Blue and orange are like brother and sister. They go together really, really well. You see, you can make a lot of different textures in your line that you're drawing. Make sure that you're cleaning your brush off in between. I'm going to use two different colors of green, and you see I've got these are pretty much darker or thicker than the ones I did on the first ones, but that's okay. It'll work. There's really no rules as far as this goes. Okay, do a little bit of yellow, which has got some greens in it anyway. This goes pretty fast when you start on doing this one with the lines. Okay. Wet ones is really good. The lines, you can even hold it up and let it drip sideways so that the lines sort of get even more outrageous. And I added a little bit of purple and blue in there just to make some more texture. Now I'm adding yellow and orange together to come up with this color. So it's a little deeper and darker than that one up there, which is just fine. The further down we're getting darker colors or deeper colors, which gives it a sense of depth. Okay. I like to see that it kind of rolls around. Okay, there's the one that I have just finished, and that is going to have to dry. So we're going to stick it over here and let it dry. And I'm going to get the other watercolor, and as you see here, it looks more like a universe here because I started in the middle and have it go out. And I wetted this down quite a bit. I'm going to use my big brush here to wet. This is called wet on wet. We're starting with, you see that I sort of got that dribbled over there, but that's okay. This is the universe. We don't know what all is going on in the universe. Now I'm going to do some See what happens when you do wet on wet? Isn't that fun? Adding two different colors of blue here. Now I'm going to use some purple. Isn't it fun to watch what it does? And you can add a little bit in other places around. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the blue on the outside and then maybe some more orange. It's fun to know that you could do this with it wet in the background and wet more on top of that. And you don't have to do all of your different colors. It's doing okay. This is going to be different than the other one. And that's fine. So I'm going to set this one. See, they're different, but they're still both pretty cool. Now that one I'm going to set to the side because it needs to dry. And we're going to come back to this one and I'm going to take some of my pencils over here. I got some Wild and Crazy pencils going. I have some ink pens that are gold. I've got some white pencils. I have some white acrylic ink pens. And I don't know if they're going to work real well or not. So anyway, I have started this a little bit. I have taken, it's a gold ink pen, and I have done some dots in the middle of the universe. Which is pretty cool. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I might just pick this up and show you the center. And see all those gold dots in there? And let's see what else is I got. These are all kinds of weird things that I had bought and I didn't realize and I want to add some texture to my piece. So our universe, we're going to add some texture to it. This is like a crayon. With different tones. And here's one that's oranges. And you can take your orange and add a little bit of orange in where the blue is. So it's just layering it one thing on top of the other. So it gives depth to the piece. And you can say this is scribbling. And yeah, it is. It's a little bit of scribbling. But it does some really nice stuff on it. Where's this one? Here it is. I think these are darker. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, let that dry a little bit, and I want to show you what I did to this one. This one I treated like it was somebody went to the seashore, and this is an umbrella or it's a ball. You have to decide what it is, an umbrella or a ball. And I drew a circle, and I found the center, and then I did 8 different areas on this, and I colored 4 of them blue and 4 of them orange. That's up to you what colors that you want to use. And then I have some gold, and I used the gold to accentuate the blue, which you could just accentuate the orange with a blue dot or not do it at all, whichever way you want to do it. But I found this was fun. And there's some glitter stuff out there that I don't have, and a lot of people put some glitter on their pictures anymore. I don't, because I don't have it. Plus, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's good to have glitter on them. And this is, I'm just adding some texture. And maybe putting a little shadow under here. Probably should do a little bit of turquoise in that shadow. That gives it a little bit of a realistic look, not a whole bunch. It's the only place that has anything realistic on this. And the rest is just made up. You could hear the sea coming in over there. There's a little pond that's out there in the middle between the far away and the close up. This is a little bit darker than it is here, so that gives it a little bit of depth. There. But it's fun to do. Now, I'm going to bring the wet one over here. See how different it looks? But that's okay. Either one is good. Either one is good. This is deeper, darker than this is, but it might dry so it looks lighter than this does. And the two universes, look at that. They still look wonderful. So you can do anything that you want on this to make it look good. I'm going to shut this up. The dog is wanting to be up here to see what's going on. Anyway, have fun doing this. I might draw the circle right now. Now, if you are scared to draw this by yourself, you can take it and get like a glass or a water glass or something like that. And you see that not all these things are exact, but they're going to be fine. Neither were these. These weren't exact either. This one is smaller than the rest. And that's okay. It still looks good. It still is fun to do. I don't have the water thing right there. It looks like it's a little bit of grass there in between where the umbrella is going to be and the rest of it is. I don't know if I can do this right. I think I'm going to use like a dark green. And it's looking a little bit different because I I'm painting over wet paint, wet watercolors. And I think I've put more of the triangles in there than what I needed to. So we're just going to add more color to it. Do a different color of orange here. This has got quite a bit of red in that. It's going to be a little bit uneven, but that's okay. You can always say, I meant it to be that way. Now, let's see, what else will we put in there? If we use this color, we're going to have to use it someplace else in the rest of the picture. You always should have your color into 3 different places in the picture. Come around over here. Then we're going to put a button right here in the middle. Now, where are we going to stick that other color in there? It's a little bit of a red. Maybe do some how's that? That adds a little bit of that red in other places. So that is going to dry, and then you can add some more designs that you want to. They don't have to make sense, they just have to be fun, and you can do all kinds of designs in your pieces. This looks a little bit golden since it's orange, but it looks a little golden on that green, doesn't it? Okay, that is today's. I like them. I think they're pretty cool. Here are the two universes, and you can still add to them whatever you want. And here are the two landscapes. This one's lighter than this one. This is a lot deeper. Okay, this has been fun. And I will see you later. Goodbye for today.